The queen of reinvention, Maddie, the queen of pop, Material Girl, know who we're talking about just yet? How about when she sang that song about being touched for the very first time? Did you get it? Okay, we'll tell you. It's Madonna. You might know her for rocking the world of music since way back in 1982. What you might not know is that she has a total of 6 kids. It's said that her parenting methods are a little on the, well, odd side, which is something not all of her kids have been too thrilled about. Is it true that her kids are all forced to follow a specific kind of diet? Have they been banned from watching TV and having cell phones? With the eldest child, Lourdes, slowly starting to make her way into the adult world, we figured it was time to tell you all we know about who she is and what she's doing. Has her strict upbringing had any effect on her and how she lives her life? But before we give you the lowdown of the showdown between mother and daughter, please make sure to subscribe to Rumour Juice. We want to make sure that you're kept in the loop of everything celebrity. Madonna needs no introduction. Her list of musical awards is endless, and she has a whopping net worth of $590 million. She's also no stranger to the tabloids and what they have to say. She was married to Sean Penn for 4 years. The pair met in 1985 on the set of the singer's Material Girl music video and were married that same year. It seems that rather than being the match made in heaven, the pair were bumping heads right from the beginning. There were allegations of abuse, affairs, and loads of jealousy between the two. An incident occurred in 1986 when Penn attacked songwriter David Walensky in a nightclub after he thought David was kissing Madonna. The future Oscar winner was fined $1,700 and sentenced to 1 year of probation for the blow-up. Friends were concerned that the marriage was not off to a good start. The couple divorced later in 1989. In the mid-90s, Madonna dated fitness trainer and Cuban actor Carlos Leon. When filming her movie Evita in Argentina, the singer found out that she was pregnant with her first child. She gave birth to her brand new bundle of joy, Lourdes Leon, in October of 1996. The two new parents' relationship didn't last very long, and they split when Lourdes was only 7 months old. Madonna's second marriage was to movie director Guy Ritchie in December of 2000. They had one son together, Rocco. After unfortunate complications with placenta previa left the singer unable to conceive, the couple traveled to Malawi to adopt their second son, David, a few years later. They split later in 2008, and the singer had this to say about her marriage. "There were times I felt incarcerated. I wasn't really allowed to be myself." It seemed that Guy wasn't too comfortable with her personal expression through fashion and music. She added, "If you're an artist, you've got to find someone who accepts who you are and is comfortable with that." Madonna's eldest daughter, Lourdes, also known as Lola, moved to London together with her mom when she was just 4 years old. In 2010, Lourdes partnered with her mother to launch the Material Girl clothing line that was inspired by Madonna's famous 80s sense of style. It seems like she was hooked on her first experience with the fashion world and couldn't get enough of it. Lourdes then went on to study music, dance, and theater at the University of Michigan and went on to pursue a career in modeling and singing. But her studies weren't the only thing that the young model was focused on. Lourdes also had a sweet romance with beautiful boy actor Timothée Chalamet. The then couple, who both attended the same high school, sparked romance rumors in 2013, although after they split, Chalamet states they're both still on good terms. Lola made her debut in the fashion world when she was just 21 years old at New York Fashion Week. Her first campaign, however, was a collaboration between Made Me and Converse. She made it clear that she wasn't going to be the type to conform to the typical beauty standards that so many have become used to. She proudly showed off her body hair in the campaign's photographs. Madonna said about her daughter, "I'm green with envy because she's incredible at everything she does. She's an incredible dancer, she's a great actress, she plays the piano beautifully, she's way better than me in the talent department." It seems like Madonna has passed on more than just her looks to young Lourdes, but her artistic talent too.
They remind me every day about how uncool I am.
That's impossible.
And they tell me every day that whatever I do, I can't be basic.
In the meantime, Madonna went on to adopt 3 more children, making it a grand total of 6 kids in all. They seem to reveal very little of themselves, living under the radar and staying away from any public scandals. We did do a little digging though, so here's what we managed to find out about the singer's other kids. Madonna has been praised for doing a wonderful job as a mother with children that are incredibly creative. She said that since the kids have always been surrounded by creative people, that it's rubbed off on them and inspired them to be creative too. During her custody battle for her kids, a lot was revealed about her parenting choices. when raising her kids, the singer inherited strict and old-school parenting values from her own parents. She said that her kids weren't allowed to have cell phones until they were much older because she wanted to make sure that they remained engaged in human connection and not distracted by social media. The kids also weren't allowed to watch any TV while they were at home. That's right, none. Nothing, zero, nada. Madonna felt very strongly about this as she wanted them to focus on more important things, like actually communicating with one another. Her controlling parenting doesn't stop there. The kids are only allowed to eat macrobiotic foods while living at home. A macrobiotic diet is a fad diet based on ideas about the types of food drawn from Zen Buddhism. The diet tries to balance the supposed yin and yang elements of food and cookware. Reportedly, the kids weren't too thrilled with this diet because it meant they weren't allowed to indulge in any preservatives, salt, sweets, chocolate, or any dairy products. Do you think you'd manage a life without chocolate? The kids also had to make extra sure that they put their dirty clothes in the laundry basket. Why? Well, it seems that if their clothes were ever left lying on the floor or weren't put away, their mother would take away their clothes. When asked about her harsh parenting methods, Madonna explained that the kids would have to earn their clothes back by being tidy, picking up things in their room, and making their beds in the morning. She then said that Lourdes had to wear the same outfit every day until she learned her lesson not to do it anymore. This seems like a pretty hardcore parenting choice, but it probably worked in the kids' favor in the long run. Rocco, Madonna's second child and son with Guy Ritchie, experienced quite an unpleasant custody battle between his parents. In the end, he chose to stay with his dad in Britain and travel between his home and the United States to see his mother. Since he's become of legal age, Rocco has moved back to New York to spend more time with his mom and patch things up properly after the rocky divorce. Her first adopted son, David, now 14 years old, seems to have a passion and promising career in soccer. Madonna has also said that she and David have the most in common out of all her other children. Madonna has said that if his career in soccer doesn't work out, that his fallback would be getting involved in the music industry. Aww, isn't that sweet? Like mother, like son. Mercy, the singer's second adopted child, is about the same age as David and also from Malawi. Madonna fought the hardest to adopt Mercy after her initial application was denied by the court under the assumption that a single woman would not be able to manage so many children. After finally having her adoption application granted, another issue came up when Mercy's birth parents wanted to have her back. In the end, it all worked out in Madonna's favor and she was able to take Mercy home and introduce her to her new and very famous family. Madonna has said that her daughter is a classically trained musician and aspires to design sportswear and loungewear. Finally, the last two, twins Esther and Stella, were the last to join the family. Their birth mother died soon after the twins were born, and their grandmother wasn't suited to take care of them. As such, Madonna stepped in and adopted the two girls. She said in an interview with People magazine, "Sometimes I would just close my eyes and just think, why isn't my kitchen filled with dancing children? There's so many children that need a home." She added, "I thought, what am I waiting for? Just do it." It's so wonderful to know that Madonna has such a kind and generous heart. She loves her kids so much, she even had her first and only tattoo dedicated to them. The Material Girl singer broke her tattoo virginity with the initials of all her kids permanently engraved on her wrist. If that isn't real love, we don't know what is. Well, it seems pretty obvious that despite her strict parenting methods, Madonna has raised 6 talented, ambitious, and creative children. While she may have been a harsh parent, there's nothing wrong with teaching your kids to have respect for their things, clean up after themselves, and spend time with one another instead of being glued to their screens. If Lourdes' already booming success is anything to go by, all we have to say is, world, watch out. Madonna's royal family is coming our way, and we have no doubt that they'll be leaving their mark just like their famous mother. As always, we are eager to see your opinion in the comments section below, and do tell us which topic we should cover next. Behind-the-scenes dramas of your favorite shows? Why did this seemingly perfect couple break up? How come this Hollywood hottie is still alone? Who holds the title of the most fan-friendly celebrity? Make your voice heard, and we at Rumour Juice will make sure you are never bored. Subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to tell your friends how cool we are.